I hate crime. I was in my favorite pub lounge. Things were quiet. Then she walked in. She was dark blonde with one of those turned-up little noses that practically says, "I dare you." She seemed pint-sized, but that was an optical illusion, like one of those stubby bottles that holds a quart. As she passed my table, our eyes met. I smiled. She didn't smile back, but she didn't exactly freeze up either. After she sat down, I strolled over to her table, turned on my best grin.
Yes?
Hi.
Hello.
If I joined you, would you cry for help?
No, but I wouldn't start cheering either.
That's because you don't know me very well.
I like modest people.
I sat down, ordered a couple of tongue looseners, let her tell me that she wasn't the type who usually talked to strangers. Then, we relaxed.
Do you often do this sort of thing?
What sort of thing?
Introduce yourself to girls who come in for a drink?
Only when the dame rings 3 loud bells.
Is that some sort of an award?
Yep. The Larry Kent Seal of Appreciation.
Larry Kent? The American detective?
Uh-huh. And you?
Toby Williams. Want to know any more?
I can see all I want to know.
Then, you're not concerned about my history?
Mm-mm. History was always my bad subject.
Do you have a good one?
Yeah. Biology.
Oh. I didn't do so badly at biology myself.
Check.
I learned one very important thing.
What's that?
To be a healthy specimen, one needs food. And, speaking of food, I'm hungry. So if you're not tired of me yet...
If you take my arm, honey, we're on our way to the nearest delicatessen.
Oh, my taste goes higher than that. But, I'm pretty good at dividing a check in two.
Uh-huh. Well, last week I had a client, and he actually paid me.
Good. Then, do we celebrate?
Right.
I know a place in town where they specialize in genuine Italian ravioli.
That sounded good, so off we went. As she said it was only a couple of blocks away, we walked.
Here it is.
Not this place.
Mm-hmm. Ever been here before?
No.
Then why the distasteful look?
It's run by a guy named George Morgan.
Is something wrong with him?
2 years ago, Morgan was in trouble with the cops. I caused the trouble. He got 1.5 years out of it, and the income tax department got a couple of thousand out of him.
Well, it doesn't seem to have affected his food. Come on.
Yeah, but Morgan doesn't like my insides.
If he sprinkles arsenic on your ravioli, I'll sue him personally.
We went in. The joint was crowded. When a waiter finally showed his face, we were escorted to a cubbyhole that was practically in the kitchen. By the time the ravioli got there, I didn't have much taste for it.
Don't you like it, Larry?
I keep seeing Morgan's face in it.
Now, why let him ruin your appetite?
Toby, after he went to Long Bay, 3 characters visited me. When they left my apartment, an ambulance arrived. When that left, I was in it.
They attacked you?
Yeah, Morgan's pals. I was in that hospital for 3 weeks. So, if you don't mind, I'll pick up a couple of sandwiches later on. Huh?
Oh, cheer up. He's probably forgotten and forgiven.
Oh, not him. He's 2 parts elephant and 1 part rattlesnake. Hey, shots! From behind that door.
Well, they sounded like backfires to me.
I'll find out. Stick around.
Wait! Larry!
But I didn't. I pushed aside the curtain that separated us from the main floor. No one out there seemed to have heard anything. Just kept their noses buried in the spaghetti and ravioli. I went to the panel door behind our table, caught one glimpse of a white-faced Toby, went through. There was a stairway ahead, going down. At the top, lying on the floor, was a black automatic. I told myself to get out of there, that this was somebody else's party. Still, I inched along the wall. Then I saw the body, its face up, lying sprawled halfway down the stairs. George Morgan.
Stay just like you are, Kent.
I turned. I recognized the guy behind me, too. He was Cy Darragh, one of Morgan's hoods. His gun was pointed at my stomach.
Been a long time, sucker.
It was easy to see why he called me sucker. There were 4 guys with him. 3 were carrying guns.
If you're smart, Kent, you'll live.
The 4th guy had a knuckle duster. It was either reach for my gun and end up with interior ventilation or hold out my chin. My back was on the floor. I was looking into a bright light, then into a semicircle of faces. Only one of the faces had any sympathy in it.
What got into you, Kent?
Tell these guys not to crowd me, Sarge.
Well, they claim they saw you kill Morgan.
It was a frame.
Huh? Frame, he says. We hear shots, then we see him waving a gun. If Joe here didn't sneak behind him, there's no telling how many of us he'd have killed.
Don't listen to him, Sergeant.
I've got to take you in, Kent.
Wait. The black automatic.
I've got it here.
But it's not mine. I wouldn't carry 2 guns.
Then where's yours?
Right here.
I already looked, Kent.
Well, they took my gun while I was out cold.
We didn't touch you, Kent. Even so, there ain't no limit to the number of guns a killer can carry.
Get up, Kent.
Hold it. There's one more thing.
He's only stalling, Sergeant.
Quiet, Darrow. What is it, Kent?
I was having ravioli with a cute little blonde. Find her, then ask her if the shots were fired before or after I went through the door.
Oh, here's the waiter who served you, Kent. Louis, repeat what you told me.
Certainly, Inspector. I showed Mr. Kent to the rear curtain table, and then I took his order. He was alone.
A perfect frame, with a ready-made motive. Revenge was what they'd call it in court. Revenge for the bashing Morgan's thugs had dished out to me. I cooled my heels for a couple of days. Then, because a bail broker was willing to take a chance on me at 5%, I got out. I went straight to a room at the Cross. An 8x10 shoe box that was office, kitchen, living room, wine bar, and bedroom for Bluey Porter, information agent.
Ah, g'day, Kent.
Hi, Bluey.
What's up, eh?
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, so I heard. Come here, come on, come here.
Thanks.
Hey, how come you're out, like, eh?
Fella still stood bail for me. I'm looking for a dame, Bluey.
Ah? What for?
Well, she knows enough to save me, when I get her talking. But I've got no idea of where she lives or what she does for a living.
And, what's she look like?
I gave him Toby's description without getting lyrical, added the fact that she liked ravioli. But he shook his head very, very sadly.
Ah, needle in a flaming haystack, Kent. You know, there must be thousands of Sheilas like that in Sydney.
I know, but it was a frame and she was part of it. Maybe, Bluey, in one of your haunts you can pick up some information, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure I could. And maybe, like, if I started asking too many questions, somebody might keep the air from going through me windpipe, like.
Wouldn't you risk your neck for a friend? And 50 quid?
Now listen, Kent. Now listen, I'm giving you the drum. I've only got one skinny little neck. Besides, that's right out of my line, like. Gee, if I wanted to take those kind of chances, I'd have joined the Foreign Legion. Now, look, I'd like to help you, Kent. Fair dinkum, I would. I'd love to help you. But I'm sorry, so, g'day, Kent. G'day. Hello, g'day.
I could see Bluey's point. A frame that had 6 or 7 people in it was one that's well worked out. And Bluey was no hero. But then I hadn't expected him to help me. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have gone to see him if it hadn't been for my shadow. Yep, a guy who followed me from police headquarters. Now that I wanted to lose him, I did it with one taxi ride and some quick zigzagging. Then another taxi ride later, And there I was, back with Sir Galahad.
Now look, Kent, now look. Now, fair dinkum, look, I told you I'm a man of my word. I ain't gonna change my mind. Now, fair dinkum, I told you just how I felt about this whole thing. And you know me, you know Bluey Porter. When I say something, that's dead final. So, I'm sorry. Now, if you'll just get your dirty big foot out of this door and let me close it, just like a good bloke, will you?
Step aside or I'll take a kick that might send this whole flea circus around your dirty ears.
Now, wait a minute, Kent. Now, just a minute. Now, keep calm and cool. Now, you don't have to get tough.
Open the door.
Yes, all right. Don't push me. I suppose you better come in then, eh?
Sit down.
Hey, now, wait a minute, break it in. What's all this about?
Shut up.
Shut up, sit down. Now, wait a minute, you can't go give me orders like that. Well, you can for a little while, anyway. Now, listen, now, don't get funny again, now. You won't get funny, will you, Kent?
All I want to do is tell you a little story.
Nah, look, I don't like your stories, Kent. They never have any happy end.
This one might, Bluey. For both of us.
For both of us, no. Now, listen, now, fair dinkum, Kent, fair dinkum. Look, I wouldn't lie to you. You know me, Dan. We were partners once almost, only you wouldn't take me into business. Look, fair dinkum, I'm having the rest, Kent. Truly, look, I've been terrible nervous lately. Me spasms are coming on again. Look, I've got to see a doctor first thing in the morning. Matter of fact, I made an appointment. He said, get there early. And I was just putting the alarm on when you come in. Now, fair dinkum.
Button your lip. I hear somebody coming up the stairs.
Hey? Somebody coming? They saw you come here. They tailed you.
Quiet. If somebody comes to this door, let them in.
Right? Oh, then what?
Then we get some action. Louie and I stood there in the room, both of us quiet. Me because I was listening to the soft shoe work outside the door. Him because he was scared dumb.
Oh, blimey.
Open up. Let him in.
Open this door, Porter.
Oh, crikey.
Go on.
Coming. Just half a mile. Wait, I'll put me boots on. Wait a minute. Oh, good day, Mr. Darrow. Funny seeing you here.
You mightn't think it's funny in a minute. Kent was here to see you, wasn't he?
Kent?
Kent.
Yeah.
I want to have a talk with you. All about him.
You mean Kent? Yeah. Yeah. Well, why don't you come right in, Mr. Darrow?
Louie opened the door wider. I had my shoe in my right hand. I stepped out from behind the door. Darrow was wearing a hat, so I put the shoe in my left hand. He saw me just as I pushed the door shut and swung. His chin was like a slab of granite, but off balance he went against the wall, his hat falling to the floor. He went clawing for his gun. I used my shoe.
Oh, crikey. Kent, you've knocked him colder than a Friday's meat pie on a Monday. Oh, blimey. Wait till his comma's here about this. Gee, blimey, what am I going to do now?
I think you'd better go for a trip to the mountains,
The
Louie.
mountains, yes. Someplace in South America, maybe.
Pack your things and get out. Is there a back way?
If there ain't, Kent, I'll make one. You bring me trouble, you do. Wait a peck. Where's me toothbrush? It's all right. Here it is. It's all right. What you may have taken the knock on it. It's all right. Okay, I'm ready to go.
How about shirts and stuff?
I'm wearing them.
Well, here. Train fare. Now stay out of town, but it's safe for you to come back.
Wait a minute. Business is business, you know. Let's see. 15 and a fiver, 20. Hey, that's all.
It's enough.
Oh, but you. Oh, now wait a minute. You said something about like 50.
You're lucky you're getting more than tram fare. Now scram.
Oh, no. All right, Kent. I'll argue with you when I get back. I ain't got no time right now. Good night.
So long. I took Darrow's gun, put it in my pocket. Then I frisked him. I got an address book out of it. Then I tied and gagged him. Later in a pub, I did some blue pencil work on the address book. I bypassed some chorus girls, then I found a name that did things to my imagination. Frank Peterson, Anglia Apartments, Rushcutters Bay.
Yes, sir.
A grinning little brown fella in a white coat stood there. I said I wanted to see Peterson.
You have maybe appointment?
No, but it's important. The name's Larry Kent. He'll see me.
I will ask him. Wait inside here, please.
Thanks. In a minute, he was back, bowing me into another room. Peterson, pink-faced, held out a cold fish. I took it, dropped it back.
I've heard about you, of course, Mr. Kent.
I've heard about you, too. Investor, gambler.
Let's just say, general speculator.
Okay.
Oh. Why have you come to see me, Mr. Kent?
Well, I'm interested in your playmates.
I beg your pardon?
I was wondering why your name was in the address book of a cheap hood.
I wouldn't know.
The guy's name is Darrow. Maybe you can tell me something about him, huh?
Sorry.
And how about your girlfriend? The one who called herself Toby.
Leo!
I'd hit home too quickly. Leo, the Filipino, came from behind, grabbed my wrist almost gently. I went down sideways, but I was pushed up straight. In a split second, he had both of my wrists behind my back, and one of his fingers was pressing to a nerve along my spine.
Judo. Very nice for small men.
Hold him there. I'll phone.
I relaxed, slumped. He came with me. Then I went stiff. His finger slipped from my nerve. He fumbled for it. Then I twisted. He let go. There was no time to reach for my gun. He took my right wrist in both hands, but I fell backwards, taking him with me. At the right split second, I kicked my leg straight, and away he went, splattering against the wall. Judo, Peterson, American Navy style. Start yapping.
I don't know what you want. I swear I don't.
Today I haven't got any patience. I went through his pockets. It was the day for finding addresses. And this was the one I wanted. Toby W., it said, 12 River Drive, Vaucluse.
You?
She'd been asleep. She'd grabbed something and put it around herself. I pushed my way in.
Larry, I read the papers, but I didn't know what to do.
I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to talk.
I don't know much more than you do.
You walked me into a frame and then you did a disappearing act.
But he told me they weren't shots.
Who's he?
The waiter. He said you were inside talking to Morgan and that you'd see me later. I even gave him my address to give to you.
Oh, what a story.
You must believe me, Larry.
Why did you take me to that joint? Why did you let me pick you up?
Peterson pointed you out to me.
Peterson?
Yes. He promised me a job. A singer in a nightclub.
For what?
To fix it so you and Morgan would make up. He said you wouldn't go there by yourself.
Oh, stop it, will you? You're killing me.
It's the truth, Larry. Honestly.
Come on, put an envelope over that postage stamp. We're going to police headquarters.
All right. I want to help clear you, Larry. Sooner or later, I would have gone to the police.
Get dressed.
Turn around, and I will.
Oh, no. No, I don't turn my back on you, sweetheart.
Then I'll go into the other room.
She was out in 5 minutes. All the way down the stairs, she kept telling me how innocent she was, what a fool she'd been. I let her talk. It was 6 blocks to the nearest police station. We started walking past a line of stores.
Larry.
She grabbed my arm. Ahead, there were 2 gorillas. I recognized one under a streetlight. Darrow. One of his boys must have followed him up, cut him loose. They were coming towards us. I turned. 3 more were coming from the other direction. One of them was Peterson.
Now, Larry, you'll soon get your proof about me, I think.
Which way?
Your way.
Our friends were coming slowly, carefully. There was no way out, except I went for my gun. Then I noticed the store window. Jewelry, some of it expensive. I pushed Toby towards the front door, got my hat, held it against the glass, and slammed it with my gun.
Larry, why'd you do that?
Just felt like breaking windows. Now we wait.
I'm sorry about all this, Larry.
Start feeling sorry for yourself. They'll be here soon.
They won't kill us here.
That's what I'm depending on.
What?
I didn't explain. We waited. Careful footsteps along the sidewalk. Then quiet. Then...
We know you're both in there. Come out with your hands up or we go and shoot 'em.
Give us time to think it over.
Sure. You got 3 seconds.
Okay, we're coming. Put your hands up, Toby.
All right, Larry.
Well, I thought you might come out shooting, Kent.
Against 5 guns?
Why not?
Let's get them over to the car, Darrow. Someone's liable to come along.
Right, Mr. Peterson.
Mr. Peterson, huh?
Shut up. Keep going.
Wait. How about the girl? She's not in this.
She knows too much. Don't you, Toby?
Enough to put a noose around your neck.
You'll never get a chance. I'm afraid you must join Mr. Kent.
What did Morgan have that you wanted, Peterson?
An IOU.
Huh. Must have been a big one.
It was. Now start walking.
We did. Then everything happened at once. Cop car swinging around the corner, brakes screaming, cops pouring out.
Hold it! Run!
Don't anybody else try that.
They didn't. In a little while, another car arrived, and we all went to headquarters. All but Darrow. He was the star passenger in a meat wagon. How come the cops arrived? Well, the jewelry store was equipped with the newest burglar alarm, which was wired to the police station. All I had to do was crack the glass on the door. Under questioning, one of the guerrillas broke. He blamed Peterson. Peterson blamed Darrow. Soon everybody was blaming everybody else, but the cops got a good rough idea of what had happened. Good enough, anyway, for Toby and me to be let loose. We went to her place.
I've got a lot to make up for, Larry.
I don't think you'll have any trouble.
Hungry?
Nope.
Coffee?
Uh-uh.
Tea?
Nope.
Drink?
Uh-uh.
Then,
Yeah. Good night.